Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Alexandrio Vega Bonito, but everyone call me Alex. I was born in Jakarta on June 16, 2006, and now I'm 18 years old. I just completed my high school in SMA Negeri 1 Ngemprah, and now I'm continuing my education in the Computer Engineering and Informatic Department Polban, the three for Informatic Engineering Study Program. I want to introduce my family. There are 5 members in my family. My father, my mother, I, and my little brother. I am the first child in my family. I have 2 little brothers. My first little brother is 9 years old, and the second one is 6 months old. Even though the age gap between me and my brother is so far, it doesn't make my relationship with my brother distant. My father worked as a private employee and my mother worked as housewife. In my free time, I mostly use it to watching a YouTube or playing social media. But when it comes Saturday or Sunday, I using that time to doing a workout to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I have strong skill in using computer and various software, supported by the ability to understand and use English effectively. In addition, I am able to work well in a team and have high adaptability, allowing me to quickly adjust to new environments and challenges. If you say what's your dream job, I can say I want to become a data analyst or cybersecurity. These two jobs is I really want to achieve. This job perspective in the future is very big. Every big company needs this type of job. For the second topic, I want to describe one of Indonesia heroes, namely General Sudirman. General Sudirman was born on January 24, 1916 in Bodas Karangjati, Purbalingga, Central Java, Indonesia. He came from a humble family, and from childhood, Sudirman showed leadership, talent, and dedicated to education. Sudirman completed his primary education at a village school and then continued to high school in Jakarta. After that, he received military education at the Cadre School in Magelang and then joined Taman Siswa, an educational institution founded by Ki Hajar Dewantara, which is focused on nationalist education. General Sudirman has a slim and sleek posture, although he is not very tall. His face looked firm, with a strong jaw and sharp eyes that reflected his determination and fighting spirit. His skin is tan in color, giving the impression of resilience and courage. His hair is always neat, adding to the image of disciplined leader. In the last years of his life, his physical condition deteriorated drastically due to tuberculosis, making him look increasingly thin and weak. General Sudirman is a truly admirable heroic figure, a revolutionary leader who proved that passion, determination, and love for his homeland. He was not only a military strategist who maximized all means to fight colonialism, but also a religious figure who instilled moral values and a strong spirit of nationalism in his struggle. Even though some people considered his guerrilla strategy to be very tiring and full of challenges, and his health condition affected his mobility, I was still amazed by his courage and determination. The physical limitation he experienced did not reduce the respect and admiration for his service, but instead added to his heroic aura. General Sudirman is proof that moral and spiritual strength can transcend physical limitation, and his leadership will always be remembered as one of the most important milestones in the history of Indonesian struggle for independence. For object, I want to describe smartphone because I think smartphone are objects that I often use every day. In terms of category, this device is included in the smartphone category, which function as a means of communication, navigation, entertainment, and information access. The materials generally used in making smartphone consist of combination of metal and glass, where the rear body may be made of aluminum or high-quality plastics. The profit durability. Well, the front is coated with strong Gorilla Glass, protecting the screen from scratching and impacts. The dimension of this smartphone, which are 16 centimeters long, 7 centimeters wide, and 0.5 centimeters thick, make it quite slim and easy to hold in one hand. The shape of this phone is usually rectangular with rounded corner, giving them a modern and ergonomic appearance. The surface of this phone is smooth and usually available in variety of colors, providing aesthetic option for user. In addition, the screen surface is coated with responsive touch technology, provide a better user experience when operating application and other functions. The position of each part on this smartphone is carefully designed to increase user comfort. On the front, a large touchscreen dominated the display, usually measuring around 6 to 6.5 inch, and at the top of the screen is a thin notch of or bezel that hosts the front camera and sensors. The right side of the phone is equipped with power button and volume settings, while the left side is usually has a slot for a SIM card and micro SD card, allowing user to increase storage capacity. At the bottom of the phone, there is a USB Type-C port for charging and data transfer, as well as a speaker grill that provides clear sound when listening to music or talking on calls. On the back with the smartphone is equipped with a camera module, consists of several lenses, including a main camera, an ultra-wide camera, and possibly macro sensor, allowing user to take photos from various viewing angles. The main function of this smartphone including making phone calls, sending messages, surfing the internet, watching videos, and playing games. In addition, these smartphones are often equipped with various applications that support and entertainment, as well as the ability to connect to the internet via Wi-Fi and cellular networks. You can see the application here, like YouTube and the others. So the last I want to describe about my hometown and the place I want to visit. Jakarta is my hometown. It's located in the western part of the capital and is blend of residential areas, business centers, and historical sites. While the people may not be exceptionally friendly, they are highly adaptable and place great value on education. The weather in Jakarta is usually hot, which often leads people to wear long clothes. The atmosphere is always bustling since Jakarta is the hub of all kind of work and is unfortunately a city plagued by pollution due to the countless vehicles passing by every minute. There are many places worth visiting in Jakarta, with the most famous being Monas or Monument Nasional. A landmark located on Jalan Medan Merdeka Selatan, Gambir, Central Jakarta. Apart from Monas, other tourist attractions include Taman Mini Indonesia Indah, Ancol Dreamland, Kota Tua, and more. Jakarta offers a variety of public transportation options such as Transjakarta, buses, LRT, MRT, KRL, trains, and the iconic Becak, with the newest addition being the high-speed train. If you're looking for a cheap option, Angkot is a popular choice. As for food, if you ever feel hungry when visiting Jakarta, I highly recommended trying local dishes such as kerak telur, kue cubit, soto Betawi, and sate Betawi. For traveling to Jakarta, using a car via toll roads is convenient. But if you're coming from Bandung, the high-speed train bus is faster and more efficient choice. Geographically, Jakarta is located on the northwest coast of Java Island, along the shores of the Java Sea, and is mostly lowland, with beaches along its coast. And the last place I want to visit is Japan. Japan is clean and modern. You can find a lot of culture here. The people are friendly and diligent, making the Japan atmosphere very orderly. I hope that in the future I can visit Japan as a place to study or work, but I think I need a long time and journey so that I can go to Japan. Thank you for listening to my video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.